Are you a business analyst without any formal recognition, or you are ready for complex business analysis projects but you lack the confidence, or you are struggling to gain credibility with your client or your own organization's management or leadership team, or you are not sure how to stand out and climb the business analyst professional career? Welcome to this short video on IIBA CCBA. My name is Mishra, Principal Trainer and Business Analyst at Adaptive US. I have mentored more than 2,200 professionals to get IIBA certification, which I would consider an world record by itself. So if you said yes to any of these questions that I put forward in the previous slide, welcome to the most recognized BA certification for mid-level BA professionals, that is professionals between 2 to 5 years of business analysis experience. And this is the IIBA CCBA certification. Let's take a look at what is CCBA. You might have heard this term quite a bit with your friends and colleagues who are interested in pursuing further career growth. It stands for Certification of Capability in Business Analysis. This is the second level certification from IIBA Canada, which happens to be the world's largest non-profit association for business analysts. The suitability of CCBA is very simple. It's for business analysts with 2 to 4 years, although we say 2 to 3 years. If you have crossed 4.5 years, maybe you can start considering CBAP as well. If you are a product owner, or you are a product manager, or you are a BA manager by profession as well, business analysis trainers, and BA consultants. And of course, people who have completed ECBA maybe about a year and a half back, they can also look at this particular certification. What are the benefits of becoming a CCBA? It establishes your credibility. People understand that you know the knowledge, you know the skills as per the Babcock definition. It also demonstrates your dedication to the profession of business analysis. And it also helps you to tell the client and organization that you are ready to take more complex business analysis projects and you can handle them independently. Few more, you will definitely get a much better confidence at work as well. This is something that we have seen with 90+% of our past learners, that they found much greater confidence at work because they understand the entire business analysis process, they understand the techniques, and that's how they have leveraged this particular training and certification. And you are being validated as a competent BA by the world's largest BA body. It's interesting data from IIB itself. 83% certified BAs received benefits within 1 year. That's a very strong number. CCBA eligibility criteria. This being the second level, it has intermediate level of eligibility between ECBA and CBAP. ECBA has the least requirement, CBAP has the highest requirement, CCBA has the middle level requirement. So let's start with education. Fortunately, for none of the IIB exams, there is any education requirement. So even if you're not a high school graduate, you still can pursue CCBA certification. Then coming to BA work experience, you need to have 3,750 hours in last 7 years. Then the second requirement is you should have 900 hours in 2 knowledge areas or 500 hours plus in 4 knowledge areas. So what are these knowledge areas? These knowledge areas are the category of BA tasks that you carry out, something like planning, elicitation, requirements lifecycle management, requirements analysis. Coming to PD hours, there is an expectation from IIBA that you have 21 hours of formal learning on Babcock within last 4 years to go for this particular examination. The training by Adaptive do qualify for these PD hours requirements. Then comes references. You need 2 references, and these 2 people can be your manager, the work manager, or a client who can be internal or external, or an existing CBAP. They also have to agree to the IIBA terms and conditions and code of conduct. Means you will practice the profession ethically, which I believe is pretty much self-explanatory, and no one should question those kind of agreement to the terms. Then let's take a look at key CCBA exam information. This will help you to understand what comes in the exam and how do you practice such questions. So the first thing is, what's the guidebook for CCBA exam? It is Babcock V3. There is no other recommended books from IIBA at this point in time for the examination. The exam type has 130 scenario-based multiple choice questions. So that means you have to answer short scenarios between 3 to 4 sentences, and you will be presented with 4 multiple choice options, and you have to choose the best option for the question. It's a 3-hour test, but by the time you complete the test, it will be almost be 4 hours, because you also have to prepare for the test, log into the test system a little prior. How much should you prepare for this test? We anticipate, and we have guided so many people to complete CCBA as well, an effort between 120 to 150 hours. It includes the 21 hour of training as well. So other than the training, you're probably spending about 100 to 130 hours in getting yourself certified. How can you take the exam? So there are 2 options in front of you. One option is a live web-based proctored exam. So this is something you can take it from your home. The proctor will observe you through a remote camera and then make sure that you are following the rules of the game. And that's one option. The second option is to go to a test center and take the test exam at the test center. In general, we prefer people going to the test center and taking the exam because that's a much more controlled environment. You, in fact, will find lots of tips on taking all IIB certification exams on our website. That link will be there in the comment, so you can go and download that tips document as well. Then how many attempts you can do? You can do 3 attempts within 1 year, because the application that you file with IIBA, it is valid for 1 year, and within that time frame you can take it 3 times. If you are unsuccessful even after 3 years, you probably have to refile your application with IIBA. For how long is the certificate valid? The certificate is to be renewed once in 3 years. Many people actually go for CBAP after 3 years cycle because they would typically be eligible for CBAP if you are performing the BA or any other topics of interest that you have which are coming from IIBA. Institutes like Adaptive do assist you in the recertification process as well. And it's important to remember that you don't necessarily have to rewrite the test unless the certificate expires. So you typically get a 1 year grace period to maintain your certificate. So don't let it expire, because if it expires, then you have to rewrite the test. Welcome to the CCBA exam blueprint discussion. What is this exam blueprint? The exam blueprint actually tells you how many questions come from which knowledge area. That's what is the exam blueprint. So we will start with the first knowledge area, which is called business analysis, planning and monitoring. And this knowledge area gets 12% of the questions. So if you look at what is this knowledge area covering, it covers about planning BA activities, identifying stakeholders, and monitor progress to ensure successful outcome. So this is the main purpose of planning. The second knowledge area is elicitation and collaboration, and that gets a big 20%. Which is to interact with stakeholders to gather, elicit, confirm, and communicate business analysis information. Then the third knowledge area comes is requirements lifecycle management. That also gets 18%. So the purpose of this knowledge area is to trace, maintain, and manage changes to requirements throughout their lifecycle. Remember, requirements can outlive projects quite easily. So that's why it's important for us to maintain the requirements during the project and post-project as well. Then the fourth knowledge area is strategy analysis, which is essentially our ability to understand our current state, define the future state we want to go to, and determine the best approach, the change strategy to achieve our business goals. The fifth knowledge area is requirements analysis and design definition, and this gets the maximum weightage in the exam, which is 32%. So you can see it's almost like double of other knowledge areas like Say BA planning is 12%, and this is 2%. Okay, so it's like two knowledge areas combined into one. So what is that we do here? We analyze the stakeholder needs, define requirements in a proper structure so that our developers can implement them, design potential solutions that will address our business problems or business opportunities. Last knowledge area is solution evaluation, which gets only 6%. This is like a half knowledge area in that sense. And the purpose of this knowledge area is to measure and analyze solution performance to ensure it delivers the expected value. So essentially, once a solution is live, how do we make sure that we get the maximum value from our solution? Here is a mind map of our BA techniques presented in Babok. All the 50 techniques that you see here are present in your exam. We, of course, attempt these techniques in a very different manner compared to others. We kind of group them around knowledge areas. We explain them, kind of trying to correlate between them, how the similarities exist between various techniques, and how you can leverage this mind map for better understanding of Babok techniques. Remember, all 50 techniques from Babok do come in the CCBA exam. Then I will talk a little bit about adaptive guarantees. As a training provider, we provide you with 3 guarantees, which is kind of quite unique in the industry. Success guarantee, guarantee to run, and money back guarantee. As part of success guarantee, we cover 2 retakes for our live master classes and ultimate programs. As I said before, we have helped more than 20 to 50 business analysts get IIBA certified, which I think is the largest one to my knowledge. And we also have amazing reviews from our customers. You can go and take a look at them on LinkedIn or on our website as well. Okay, so this is about success guarantee that I spoke of. You also have the ability to resit for one full complete training for the ultimate program. Yeah, and there are a lot of ongoing Q&A sessions that you can attend without any extra cost. You also get 3 months extra access to the learning products in case something doesn't happen right away with you, which is a really rare instance. Now let's learn how we run our CCBA live class programs. So the points that we will see is the whole program plan. So initially you would be expected to attend 21 hours of live instructor-led live sessions. This is typically happening every Saturday 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 12 noon ET, and there is also a session for Australia and ASEAN region as well. So there are 2 sessions that we begin almost on the same day of every month. That runs for 7 successive weeks. Then within this training frame, when you have this spaced learning approach, when there is a gap of 1 week between session 1 to session 2, session 2 to session 3, we would expect you to leverage the resources that is available to you in terms of going through the study guide once more, the chapter for that session, then doing questions from the learning management system as well. Then you have to practice the mock questions that is available to you for every chapter. Then after you complete all these things, you can schedule your ECBA exam. We will assist you with the application process as well. And then within this time frame, when you are getting ready for the exam, you have access to 12 fortnightly live Q&A sessions. That's again another 15 hours of support available to you. And obviously, you have to prepare the whole thing. It could take you anywhere between 3 to 4 months to complete the certification process successfully. Then we will do a quick walkthrough of our adaptive LMS system. I will show you all the resources that is available there. But for that, I have to switch the camera. So I will do that in a second's time. Let's look at the resources that we provide to you as part of our CCBA live training. These resources are same whether you go for on-demand training or guided learning or masterclass or the ultimate course. The content is same. So I have logged into the portal, which is thinkific.adaptiveus.com, and I have gone to this particular course called CCBA Masterclass. As you can see here, uh, the portal has chapters listed on the left side and the content available on the right side. So we will look at the first section, which is program intro. So there is something called a learner's instruction manual that you can see here. And this is where we write you instructions about how to leverage this platform, which anyway, I'm going to do it to you in this video as well. Then there is a link for resource locator, which is a list of all the resources that we have, starting with our study guide, question bank, simulations. The entire listing is available in the resource locator. Then there is a tiny video from Thinkific itself, which is telling you how to navigate through this course too. So that's again something interesting for you to watch. Then there is a pre-workshop checklist, which is essentially telling you how you come prepared to the session. There is a CCBA session plan, which is telling you how the program will be run. And then you see something called CCBA study guide, and it's written a note here, please print. Similarly, you will see another book called Business Analysis Workbook, and it will say, please print. So let's take a look at the study guide because this is going to be an important resource for the training program itself. So if I look at any particular chapter in the study guide, you will find that we have simple tables available to you. And this reduces the content that you have to study for the exam. No, it kind of makes it very simple for you, like a notes created by yourself. So you will see a table, task table called purpose, input, stakeholder, outputs, guidelines and tools and techniques. And whenever you read the guidebook, you'll find a lot of simple text, which is like bullet points. And then you'll find sometimes very simple tables as well, kind of combining the data. Sometimes you may find an image or a mind map as well. So this is what goes into the study guide. It's an abridged version of BABOX, making it a lot easier for you to learn the content quickly. In fact, our word count is only about 20% of what you will see in the book. Then we have an interesting product called the Business Analysis Workbook, and we also expect you to print. And if you see here, it is the same study guide, but it does not have the content part. So it only asks you questions and gives you a space for you to write your own understanding. So you write it in your own hand what you understand. You can go back and check in your study guide if the content is appropriate or not appropriate, or have you understood it as per the study guide or not. And the reason for writing it in own hand is that something that you write in your own hand, it will be in your mind for a very long time. That's a very positive thing from the exam preparation point of view. Then we have given a link to our EEP certificate. We have been an EEP for more than 12 years now. So you don't have to worry about we being in business or not. Then we also have a CCBA exam preparation plan, which is an Excel workbook, and that will guide you through all the tasks that you need to carry out for your exam. Then we have an application simulator as well, and this application simulator has not failed even once in our last 8 years of work. So this is a very trusted application simulator that we have built. And then we also have a tips document for you. Then you have a section called live classes, and if you click on that, you will get to see the upcoming sessions, the live sessions, the Q&A sessions, everything will be visible to you, and you can join them once these sessions are active. And then you will also be able to access the recordings of these sessions by clicking on this button. Then we have all the chapters. So you can see here in the beginning, we have few videos, which are typically short videos, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes in that range. And then you have something called concept questions, which are very simple questions in order to test your understanding. These are not the questions that you will get in CCBA exam. Then the type of question that you will get in the exam is called the scenario based questions. You can see here, the questions are typically 3 to 4 sentences, and you need to choose one particular one. Like, let me read this question. Okay. Okay, so I would go with option C, and you can see here, it tells me the option that I have chosen is correct, and there is an explanation given to you as well, why this answer is correct. Then you have flashcards, which you can play, and these are lovely things. Like, say, for example, you can try with this one. The person who is decision maker and who is held accountable for successful completion of the task is called what? It's called accountable. Then we have an audio book for the chapter as well. After this, all the chapters, you will find faculty presentations. So these are the presentations that we use during the training. Then we have a section on modeling, which is primarily UML modeling. And then there are some reference materials as well. So the majority of the reference materials goes into mind map, task summary, BA techniques, when to use which one, then the whole audio book and something on requirements traceability. Finally, you come to the simulations, and this simulation system is something that is pretty much close to what IIBA does. And I will tell you and show you how the simulation system looks like. Let me log into the simulation system. Okay. And let me go to SCCBA simulation system. Okay, I have access to a lot of things. You don't have to worry. But I'm going to pick up the CCBA simulation and I'm going to try here. So you'll get some simple notes about what is these rules. This is a closed book exam. All IIB tests are closed book exams. You can't take help of any resources during your test. Then some other simple rules are maintained, and then you start the test. So you can see here, you'll get to see the question, you'll get to see the options, and then you have to choose the option. If you are not sure about an option answer, then you can flag it, saying that I will come back and do it later. You can go to the next question. I'm doing some random thing. Don't worry so much. And then finally, you can end your test saying, I'm done with the test. Or you can say, um, if the time elapses, then it will automatically end the test. So for the time being, I am ending the test. You'll get to see the results here, like say CCBA simulation, how many questions I attempted, how many questions I got right, wrong, and all. There is an interesting mode called the review mode. As you can see here, in the review mode, you get to see your answer, the correct answer, and what is the explanation behind correct answer. So that's an interesting thing that we have done. So you can actually review your performance quite deeply. So that's what brings us to the completion of the discussion on our resources for CCBA examination.